So, fans of Wise Guy Sports and listeners, this is the part of the show every week throughout the 2023 season where you can hold me accountable. You can hold me accountable for my weekly Wise picks. I'm going to be doing my weekly Wise picks every week for the show, and I'm going to keep track of my record each week from weeks 1 through 18, and even once we get into the playoffs, I'm going to keep track of my predictions, and I'm going to tally everything up at the end of the season and see what my record is as we close the end of the season in February. But let's transition and let's go to my NFL Week 1 Wise picks. Let's run through these games. Let's start off with the Thursday night matchup in Kansas City. The Lions are taking on Patrick Mahomes and the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 5.5 points. That line was previously 6.5. It's now 5.5, with Andy Reid announcing that Travis Kelce's status is unknown for this matchup. It's an 8:20 kickoff on NBC. The over-under for this matchup is 54.5 points. The Lions, they finished the season great last year. They got many people believing that they are going to be competing in the NFC North and in the NFC this year. They got Jared Goff, and they do have a decent offense. They're not elite like most people believe, and I like Dan Campbell, but they ain't winning in Kansas City on opening night. I'm rolling with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to beat the Lions at Arrowhead. I'll go Chiefs 27, Lions 20. Let's go to Sunday's games. Texans and C.J. Stroud traveling to Baltimore to take on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are favored by 10 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under for this game is 43.5 points. This is one of the matchups of the weekend that I feel like is going to be lopsided. The Ravens are going to blow out the Texans. Lamar Jackson will outperform C.J. Stroud. I'll go Ravens 37, Texans 17. NFC South battle in Atlanta. Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers are traveling to Atlanta to take on Desmond Ridder and the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are favored by 3.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff in Atlanta. The over-under for this game is 39.5 points. I feel like this is going to be an upset. This is my upset pick of the week. I believe that Bryce Young will outperform Desmond Ridder, and I'm rolling with the Panthers to upset the Falcons in Atlanta on Sunday afternoon. I'll go Bryce Young 24, Desmond Ridder 21. I think it's going to be a close matchup between two young quarterbacks, but I'm going to roll with Bryce Young to get the job done over Desmond Ridder. NFC South matchup between two teams who some people believe the Falcons are going to be a playoff team. I don't believe that, but I got Panthers 24, Falcons 21. This is my upset pick of the week. 49ers are favored by 2.5 points. They are in Pittsburgh taking on Kenny Pickett and the Steelers. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff in Pittsburgh. The over-under for this game is 40.5. The 49ers are a better football team than the Steelers are. Brock Purdy is more proven than Kenny Pickett is. So I believe the 49ers take care of business in Pittsburgh. I'm going 49ers 31, Steelers 24. The Arizona Cardinals are in Washington to take on the Washington Commanders. The Commanders are favored by 7 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under for this game is 38.5 points. The Commanders are a better football team than the Cardinals are. The Cardinals are tanking for Caleb Williams. They don't want to win games. They're not trying to win games this season. I got Commanders 28, Cardinals 17. The Buccaneers are in Minnesota taking on Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. The Vikings are favored by 6.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under for this game is 45.5 points. So my cousin, he's been calling me all week talking about this game, and he feels like the Vikings are going to run away with this game. I don't think that's going to be the case. Again, the losses of Adam Thielen and Dalvin Cook is going to have an impact on this Vikings offense. They still got Justin Jefferson, though, and they still got Kirk Cousins flinging that football. I expect the Vikings to take care of business, but I do think this game is going to be much closer than people anticipate. I'll go Vikings 23, Bucks 20. The Jacksonville Jaguars are in Indianapolis taking on Anthony Richardson and the Colts. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The Jaguars are favored by 5 points. The over-under for this game is 45.5 points. I believe Trevor Lawrence is going to have a breakout season. It's going to have to start in Indianapolis in week 1. Therefore, I'm taking the Jaguars to beat the Colts. I'll go Jags 28, Colts 13. The Tennessee Titans are traveling to New Orleans to take on Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are favored by 3 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff in New Orleans. The over-under for this game is 41.5 points. I believe that this is a matchup that can go either way. It wouldn't shock me if the Titans beat the Saints in New Orleans, but I believe that Derek Carr has a lot to prove. I believe that Saints defense is elite. I think they're going to cause some trouble for Ryan Tannehill and that Titans offense. I like D-Hop with the Titans, and I still love Derrick Henry as one of the best running backs in the NFL, but they ain't going to have enough for the Saints. I think the Saints being at home, I expect the Saints to take care of business against the Titans. I'll go Saints 27, Titans 23. So I don't have it being a blowout, but I do have the Saints outlasting the Titans. The Raiders are in Denver. The Broncos are favored by 4 points. Jimmy Garoppolo versus Russell Wilson. It's a 4:25 kickoff. The over-under for this game is 44.5 points. Jimmy G and Russell Wilson have a lot of history dating back to their days when they played against each other when Russ was with the Seahawks and Jimmy G was on the 49ers. This game could go either way, but I'm going to roll with Sean Payton and Russell Wilson to get out to a hot start and take care of business against the Raiders. I'm rolling with the Broncos to beat the Raiders. I'll go Broncos 24, Raiders 21. I think it's going to be close. The LA Rams are in Seattle taking on Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored by 5.5 points. It's a 4:25 kickoff. The over-under for this game is 46.5 points. I don't have high expectations for the Rams this year. I did say on the last show that if Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Aaron Donald are all healthy, the Rams should win 8 games. They ain't going to win this week, though. I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to take care of business at home. I'm rolling with the Seahawks to beat the Rams. I'll go Seahawks 31, Rams 17. The Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning, defending NFC champion Eagles, that is. They are in New England taking on Mac Jones and the New England Patriots. The Eagles are favored by 3.5 points. It's a 4:25 p.m. kickoff in Foxborough. The over-under for this game is 45.5 points. I'm rolling with the Eagles to beat the Patriots. I had the Patriots finishing last in the AFC East. I got the Eagles finishing first in the NFC East. The Eagles are a more complete football team than the Patriots are, and Jalen Hurts is playing better currently in the NFL than Mac Jones is. So I'm rolling with the Eagles to beat the Patriots. I'll go Eagles 35, Patriots 21. Yes, I got a high scoring. The Dallas Cowboys are in New York taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. The Cowboys are favored by 3.5 points. It's an 8:20 p.m. kickoff. The over-under for this game is 46.5 points. So this is an NFC East battle, early season NFC East battle. So I think the Cowboys are a better football team than the Giants are. Dak Prescott obviously is better than Daniel Jones. So I'm going to roll with the Cowboys to beat the Giants in New York. I'll go Cowboys 27, Giants 17. The Monday Night Football matchup, an AFC East battle. Josh Allen versus Aaron Rodgers. The Bills are favored by 2.5 points. It's an 8:15 kickoff in New York. The over-under for this game is 46.5 points. I don't have the Bills making the playoffs. I have the Jets making the playoffs over the Bills. But I do have the Bills beating the Jets in week 1 in New York. So I have the Bills 31, Jets 28 in this matchup in week 1 in the Meadowlands. So it's gonna be a great game. If you're a betting man or woman out there, go and take the over on this game. Take the over. This game will be high scoring for sure. Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen are going to be flinging that football. I got Bills 31, Jets 28. I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to roll with the Bills to outlast the Jets. The Cincinnati Bengals are in Cleveland, taking on Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. The Bengals are favored by 2.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under for this game is 47.5. And I was looking at something the other day. I think Joe Burrow is like 1-4 in his career against the Browns. But I expect him to get his second win of his career against the Browns this week. I do have high expectations for the Browns, but I think they're going to come up short in this matchup. I'm rolling with the Bengals to beat the Browns in Cleveland. I'll go Bengals 31, Browns 24. Moving on to the NFC North, Jordan Love in his first career start is taking on Justin Fields in Chicago. I'm sorry, this is Jordan Love's second career start, but he's now the full-time starter in Green Bay. The Bears are favored by 1 point in this game. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under for this game is 43.5. The Packers have owned the Bears in the Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers era. I don't expect much to change in the Jordan Love era. I'm rolling with Jordan Love and the Packers to beat Justin Fields and the Bears. I'll go Jordan Love 28, Justin Fields 24. Those are my NFL Week 1 wise picks. So that's what I got. Hold me accountable to it. I'll come on next week's show and give my record for